speaker, Dhruva from Dehidden. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Dhruva.
Can't have anyone introduce me better than Vaibhav. This man has brought in so much energy to NFT conferences so far. I don't know if you know, but that energy is non-fungible. But anyway, let's get into it. Shit jokes are always there in crypto. We're always going to talk about it. But let's jump in. Can you get the presentation going? Cool. Let's talk about Dehidden here. So we are Dehidden. You've probably seen us walk around with merch. What do? We're basically here to make NFTs useful. How did we get started? About a year ago, we all saw the NFT wave, right? We all saw a lot of craziness. A lot of you got introduced into the Web3 space. For a lot of you, it was the first time into crypto. And for us, we were working our ass off. We were working with clients who wanted to get into the space but didn't know what to do. And let's be pretty honest. A lot of us don't know what NFTs are meant to do. Pretty straightforward. How many of you know what you can do with NFTs? Give me a show of hands. Cool, we got one guy there, two guys there. So people are on to something, but we don't really know what's happening. So through the last wave, we saw everyone coming in. Everyone wanted to do a PFP, get in there, do a copy of Bored Ape, get some money fast, go out. Everyone wanted to put a storefront where they can launch their own NFTs, skip an OpenSea contract fees, and show a roadmap of future promise. Everyone wanted to do a marketplace where they could get secondary sales, get their royalties, and everyone else wanted to do a metaverse where you can eventually go into the Web3 space. A lot of things happened over the course of the year, but this is what people wanted. So we observed quite a few basic trends. We saw that it started with art, right? A bunch of artists came on and they said, okay, here's NFTs, here's ownership. This is what you see and this is what you get. So art is where it all kicked off because the art cultural market is how it perfectly fit in. And from there, we went on to scarcity, where like the 10K PFP projects or any project, there's a scarcity in the supply and how much you've created. That created a new value vector that people understood. And then came in community, where it wasn't just about the art that we collected, it wasn't about how many there were, but it was about the people who collected it with you. Whether it was just based on the price point, whether it was based on the common philosophies, or whether everyone had a common motivation for being able to do something. And finally, I think we're on the brink of a wave of utilities, where people are finally saying, okay, we've got a set of other people together, we have a good art, we have a good IP, now let's go out and do something. And I think that's where we're very bullish on NFTs, but let's take a step back. 99% of NFTs still aren't going to make it. No offense to anyone, no offense to us, we've worked on a lot of them too, but let's talk about why they're not going to make it, right? How many of you have actually been in crypto before the NFT wave, like ICO waves? Amazing, we've got an amazing show of hands. We've seen ICOs come out, right? We've seen coins come out, and 99% of ICOs didn't make it either. How did it work? It was a pretty common philosophy. People came out, they said, hey, we have an idea, we're going to drop a token, and we're going to figure out how to add utility over the roadmap later on. We saw the same thing happen with NFTs, so nothing's going to surprise us here. But the difference is, people are going to work their ass off for the next 4 years to try and add utilities to NFTs. And that's the birth of Dehidden. We're here to make NFTs useful. It's a pretty bold statement, it's a pretty broad statement, and it confuses VCs because they don't know what the heck we're doing and they don't know how we're going to make money. So earlier in the year, we started off doing it through building a common thesis. We asked ourselves, how can NFTs be used? And what we created was a 3-dimensional thesis that you can see on our t-shirts and win it yourselves. So we think NFTs can be useful in 3 dimensions. One dimension being technology. We've all had a ton of technology before Web3 came in. Crypto isn't revolutionizing anything. It's just adding another solid, concrete infrastructural layer. So with technology, everything that we got from sending notifications to sending messages to having content management systems like YouTube to having enterprise systems, role management, data privacy, all of these things are great benefits of technology. When we add a component of ownership to it with NFTs, we create worlds of values that we can actually bucket. Then we have reality. We're right now in the real world, but there are the people streaming us from different places. We say the metaverse is brand new, but we've always lived in the metaverse to some extent ever since we've had the internet. We've always had an imagination that's taken us somewhere. So it's about bridging that, but bridging that with concrete tokens that take us from URL to IRL, whether it's you have an asset in the metaverse that you can create a merch out of and print it in the real world, or whether you have a real world token that you want a one-to-one representation in the metaverse. The ramps in multiple directions and all the way, and that's what we're exploring with reality. And then finally, there's social utility, because who's going to make use of NFTs if it's not people? We need different ways to use them, whether we're individuals, we're going to hold our own funds, manage our walls, figure out what we're going to liquidate, create a portfolio, or work in groups to create a community fund, go out there and create incentives, or curate artists, curate other creators, and work with them, enable them, activate them, or whether we go all the way up to, the utopian vision of a DAO. We're creating a really decentralized creative community that's able to add value with ease and tap into the right incentive mechanisms. Broad thesis, really hard stuff, but how do we even get started? We went through projects, and we went through a lot of them, and we achieved a ton and learned a lot through each and every one of them. Over 21 projects over the course of this year, we've innovated a ton by mix and matching the XYZ coordinates of that utility thesis I just talked about. With Adidas Prada, we did a community project where we tapped into a community of 8,000 people, gave back, and figured out good incentive mechanisms to reward the community and the creators. Through Coinbase, we revolutionized a marketing onboarding system where the goal was to ease and onboard as many people onto Coinbase wallets as well. Last week, we crossed 1 million mints, which is a world record. And yeah, all free mints, everyone's got a free NFT, and over 500,000 of those are organic. 500 new Coinbase wallet users just through NFTs. Team Liquid is creating an administrative tool to manage their esports NFT drops over the next 4 years. And we're super excited to build that with them. Polygon Studios, we did a scavenger hunt at NFT NYC to integrate Polygon partners and to engage the audience organically. With ETH Global, we created POAPs and fidgetals that bridge people from the real world rewards to POAPs in the events. With Mercedes, we're working with them to capture their organic community from their consumers through more POAPs. With EDA, we're working on social fingerprinting. We're working with Soulbounds to create more incentive mechanisms across multiple cultural verticals to try and create an entire social fingerprint for each and every user. And finally, with our good partner, Scope Studio, we've delivered 1 million projects, all of which go from a simple landing page, an NFT drop, and all the way up to the Polygon minter that you see on Mint NFT today. So we've explored a shit ton of ideas right here, all right? We have a lot of them. Now the question is, we've only helped 21 projects this year. How do we scale? That's why I'm super excited today to show you Dehidden products. We're going from projects and pivoting into products that's actually going to be able to help every one of you. By putting these powers at your fingertips, we know that we're going to start a new wave of utility NFTs where people are actually going to add value. Let's look at our first main project, this NFT OS. Everything that we've done for all our clients this year that gives you the administrative tools to manage your NFTs, to mint them, and then to move on to monetize them, we're creating a simple platform from a B2B or a business mindset for people to actually do this on scale. Hopefully, that means less hand-holding on our projects and simpler solutions for people to get started from 0 to 1 to 10 easier. We're going to start with a simple Mint project. You know, Mint has been done and dusted 1 million times over. We're just going to bring in feature parity and bring in all the support that you need. We're going to bring in derivative controls so you can add in more utilities and more NFTs derived off of projects you've already minted. So for someone who's worried about the CryptoPunks thesis, where like, how is CryptoPunks going to add more utilities in the future? Now we have a way. You can add a derivative link-up, add conditions of mint, and go ahead and mint it. You can have paymasters to control how your users pay for it and how revenues are split. And your one-click listing to ensure it's wherever you want on whichever marketplace that supports your payment criteria the best. Then, that's where it just gets started. We go on to managing the NFTs. So we start with a simple admin dashboard because people need visibility. We move on to analytics and reporting because people need to, if you're actually working as a business, you need to be able to share data in a meaningful way. And then you get into NFT controls where you can control when your audience can transfer the NFTs, when you can make it dynamic, when there are logical conditions for them to modify and evolve. So you're creating the right incentive systems for NFTs to evolve and change. You have revenue management system to understand how your revenues are being created, whether it's your primaries, your secondaries, and how they're distributed, how your funds are making use of them. And then we have user role management because now we understand there's going to be entire sectors in companies where there's going to be NFT administration because these are entirely new projects. So we're going to create management tools for all of these. And then we're going to help everyone take it a step further by helping everyone monetize it. So we're going to help everyone launch utility projects at a simple one-click mint. When you link all of this power to everything you already have, you get to create more value to the liquidity of an illiquid NFT market already. We can add value in terms of layers, where you can add more creative layers, whether it's metaverse assets, game plugins, or videos, music, etc., which opens up a whole world of music layers and stems, which changes the game altogether. Then there's social layers, where people can add autographs, people can add photos, tons of other things. Finally, there are also rewards. Rewards are what people normally confuse NFT utilities to be. Rewards are pretty simple. You give people a service, a product, or an experience. Reward them, make it transparent, show people how it's handled, and the work is done. And then finally, we want to focus on the place where we think the real NFT utilities are, which is powers, which is giving powers to the hands of your end users, to the community, because you know your community can do more with these powers than you can, whether it's licensing, distributing, merchandising, voting, proposing, vouching for someone else. There's a ton of power you can do with it, and that's when we actually see community activation, and then we see the validation of NFT projects going on the communities that can execute and not the communities who promise. So on that note, we're here to change the NFT landscape with our product. We're going to add endless utilities to the hands of every single person here. We're going to focus on people executing more than what they're promising. So NFT projects actually do something more than meaning something. And we're going to validate the concept of NFTs being a real business. We want everyone who's an NFT owner or a creator to validate themselves as a business owner. We want companies and businesses who are trying to explore the Web3 area to invest in NFTs as a business. But this is a really large thing, and it's going to come soon, and it's mainly targeted towards business owners, enterprises, etc. But we have something more exciting and something more focused that I think everyone else can understand, which is where we have Dehidden quests. How many of you have played the Dehidden quest that's upstairs? Cool, I see a lot of hands. Awesome. So with Dehidden quests, what we're doing is we're creating super focused products. These products are going to be focused towards a specific use case, and the goal of this is for us to capture user engagement, capture a culture, without actually making people think that there are NFTs involved. So how does this work? We have dynamic soulbound profiles, where each of you get a soulbound automatically created when you sign up. We have a game engine that creates points for each of the tasks that you create, and based on the game engine, your tasks update, and your soulbound has a new tier or level that it updates up to. You have IRL and URL rewards that you can redeem based on completion of each of these tiers and each of these levels. And then you have custom tasks, which we took from yesterday, where we did only for Dehidden tasks. And then now we've integrated it within 24 hours, every task that you see up there. So as part of our Dehidden quest today, you can actually go up there and do a task for every single entity in this event, get rewarded, get engaged, and everyone wins out of this. So this is a huge user-focused task, user-focused product that helps you validate that NFTs can actually be useful. And it's not about the NFTs, it's about us, it's about the culture, it's about the value accrual that we actually do. And this can be reused and repurposed for learning algorithms, for cohort systems, for training tests, etc., in multiple different ways. So we're super excited to be launching this coming up soon as a bespoke product that we can do it, and then work with this to merge it with the NFTs coming forward. So I think that's all we have from Dehidden today. We have a lot upcoming in the future. We hope you can stay in our journey. Dehidden Labs is going to do a ton of projects, and scan any of our QR codes here to check out our newsletter, check out our Twitter, and play the Dehidden quest while you're here so you can win some of these merch. We're almost out, so fair warning, this is the only way you can get some exclusive merch right here at Web3 Conference. So thank you all for coming. Dehidden to the fucking move. Let's go.
Come on, guys. Give it up for him. Give it up for him.